Hello, I'm Greg Mabry, General Manager here at Bentley Atlanta, home of the largest single-point Bentley retailer in North America. And today we have the pleasure of having Ben Wayne to give us a behind-the-scene, in-depth view of the new Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid.
What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for the introduction, Greg. I'm back home at Bentley Atlanta. You heard what Greg said. We're here to take a look at the 2022 Bentley Hybrid Flying Spur. This particular model has been finished in azure purple. It features an interesting but unique dampen and porpoise interior. We'll get to that a little bit later. It also features the black specification and the Mulliner specification as well. You see those 22-inch wheels as well. You also have carbon fiber accents on the interior and exterior. So the hybrid model is another step closer to Bentley going fully electric by 2030. So today, let's hop behind the wheel, see what the difference is between this Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid and the W12 and V8 models. So we're finally behind the wheel of the 2022 Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid model, and I have it in full electric mode, and I must say it is remarkably quiet in this vehicle. If you think the original Flying Spur has a nice, quiet, and serene ride, this takes it up to another level. As a matter of fact, Bentley has reported that at speeds of like 50 miles per hour, this is 50% quieter than the regular vehicle. So it is quite an interesting take on a hybrid, super ultra luxury vehicle. Now, when it comes to the Flying Spur Hybrid, what you see is what you're used to, meaning from the exterior perspective, you have to know exactly what to look for when driving this vehicle or when you see this vehicle in public to identify it as a hybrid model. Because aside from the hybrid badges on the side and the exhaust tips, there's really not much to clue you in on what this vehicle is, meaning underneath the hood. So speaking about underneath the hood, what you're getting is a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6, which is capable of producing 410 horsepower on its own. Now, in conjunction with the hybrid system, the 100 kilowatt electric motor, you're getting 536 horsepower and then 553 pound-feet of torque. Now, that's connected to an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Your 0 to 60 time is about 4.1 seconds. Top speed, you're looking at 177 miles per hour. So if you compare that to the V8 model, the top end would be about 198 miles per hour. And of course, the W12 model, 207 miles per hour. All speeds for all three models, which you'll probably never see, right? So what you care about is how does this vehicle accelerate? So with the 0 to 60 time of 4.1 seconds, I think the hybrid provides a sufficient amount of power. With all that torque in a vehicle this heavy, that definitely comes into play with that acceleration as well. So overall, driving in full electric mode, you have 295 pound-feet of torque on tap, so that's enough to get the car moving. So I'm accelerating now, and I don't feel like the car is too heavy, right? It has sufficient amount of power for the car's weight and gives me a sense of confidence when behind the wheel of the vehicle as well. Again, when it comes to the looks, you're still getting those Bentley details, the matrix grille up front, the crystal cut headlamps up front as well. You're still getting all those intricate details that Bentley is known for. This particular model has the carbon fiber accents on the front splitter and side sills as well. And then you have the Mulliner specification, which is giving you those 22-inch huge directional wheels. I love the wheels on these Flying Spurs. That really just sets it off. And then this azure purple looks really good with the way they've incorporated the black line specification as well. I think that really works well and gives it a nice sporty look. So overall, the looks are still there. It doesn't look like a hybrid vehicle or an electric vehicle. It just looks like a Bentley, and that's something I truly like about this vehicle. Coming towards the back, again, traditional Bentley Flying Spur looks. The design cues are all there with the roofline flowing nicely into the trunk lid. The all LED tail lamps that have the B integrated in the design with the crystal cut effect. I think that's an awesome detail that they've provided in this car as well. So you're getting everything that you know about Bentley in this hybrid model. Like I said, this is the second vehicle in the hybrid model lineup. First we had the Bentley Bentayga Hybrid, now we had the Flying Spur. So we're just making small incremental steps closer to going fully electric by 2030. So let's talk a little bit about the range. Driving in full-on EV mode, you have up to about 25 miles of range, Some people have tested 31, but officially Bentley is claiming 25 miles of range. Now, with the electric motor and the combustion engine both in play, you're looking at about 450 miles of range. So this vehicle will get you to wherever you need to go. Now, one thing I noticed that was interesting, if I scroll over to navigation, it kind of has like this fried egg look to it. You'll notice that there's an outline of where you can get to on electric range. I think that's pretty cool, and it's definitely a different way of being able to look at things when it comes to driving a hybrid vehicle or an electric vehicle in general. So I think that's pretty neat. You also have a new menu just for your hybrid system. So we'll go into that. So you have 3 different modes. You have EV drive mode, which is pure electric. You have a hybrid mode, which is obviously using the electric hybrid system and the combustion system as well. And then you have a hold mode, where it's predominantly just the combustion engine, and it also uses regen braking to help power up that hybrid system as well. So 3 different drive modes. You still have a dial here in the center console for your sports, Bentley, comfort, and custom modes. But then there's an E mode here, which allows you to switch between the 3 modes as well. So I think that's pretty neat. You can also use this touchscreen here as well. So I think the way Bentley has integrated this hybrid system into the vehicle, it works really well. It's not screaming, hey, I'm a hybrid vehicle, all over the place with a whole bunch of green accents like you see from other vehicles on the market. It just looks like a Bentley. And I think that's what Bentley customers want to see. And a lot of people are going to say, well, Ben, the car is still $200,000. Yeah, I get that. And, you know, people who are in the market for a Bentley probably aren't worried about the prices of fuel. But the thing is, there are some people who have the money that just want a smaller carbon footprint, and that is something the hybrid model is able to provide. On top of that, Bentley customers also like a nice, smooth, and quiet ride. And in EV mode, with this car being 50% quieter than the traditional Flying Spur models, it gets you that. So there's truly some selling points when it comes to the Bentley hybrid model, as far as the Bentayga and the Flying Spur alike. So one question that's definitely going to come up is, hey, I'm only getting 25 miles of full electric range. How long does it take to charge this thing? So to get a full charge, you're looking at about 2.5 hours, which isn't bad. And of course, you still have that combustion engine, so it's not like you're going to end up stranded anywhere. So as far as the range and the charge time, I think that's all acceptable for what this car is. And then, of course, this car still excels at what Bentleys are produced to do. So let's talk about the interior a little bit. So we have this interesting spec. This is a press vehicle. So a lot of press vehicles these days that I get often get these really interesting specifications inside and out that people typically won't spec a vehicle in. So this has the porpoise and damson interior. It's really interesting. It's almost like a green leather when the sun hits it just right. And then of course you have the purple as well. So nice smooth purple leather on top of the dash, carbon fiber accents throughout. Everything in this car is what it is, what you would expect from a Bentley. If it looks like leather, that's what it is. If it looks like carbon fiber, that's what it is. If it looks like metal, that's exactly what it is. So everything feels nice and high quality to the touch. It feels so good to be back in a Bentley right now because I love that smell of that strong leather aroma. So the details are all there. Of course, you get that rotating display we've all come to know and love in Bentley models, which gives you a temperature gauge, a compass, and a chronometer, all done in the appropriate bright work with the crystal cut like etched into the metal as well to carry on with the theme. And then the carbon fiber trim goes nicely as well. I'll hit the screen button right here and we'll flip back to the navigation system. Just that simple. I really love this 12.3 inch rotating display, especially with all the tech it has. You know, the night vision, the head-up display system, the navigation system, the hybrid system. All these things are things that 10 years ago, Bentley motor cars were missing, even 5 years ago, right? So Bentley has really made some efforts to make a leap forward in the tech department. These cars just used to be about craftsmanship, but now they've incorporated the technology into these vehicles extremely well. Coming lower, you do have a solid piece of metal for your air conditioning vents with the Breitling clock, In the middle, you guys know what it is if you're familiar with these cars by now. An electronic gear selector, controls for your heated and ventilated seats. This car also has massaging seats as well. So all the features that you would expect to be in a Bentley are here. The seats are exceptional, truly exceptional. I would love to have the opportunity to take a long road trip in this vehicle, just to test it some more. The steering wheel also feels excellent in my hands. You guys know that these steering wheels are hand stitched. 8 hours just for a single craftsman to complete a single steering wheel. So I love how it has the duotone theme carried throughout with the contrast stitching. And then of course behind the steering wheel, I do have a fully configurable thin film transistor display as well. Door panels covered in that purple leather as well with the carbon fiber accents. The door handles and controls are all cold to the touch. The door handles also feature nice tactile feedback because it has that diamond cut effect incorporated in the door handle as well. So I like how on the door handles, one of the last and first things that you touch in a vehicle, it leaves you with a sense of quality, meaning that this car is constantly reminding you of what you're getting for the price. So let's go ahead and drop it down into hold mode and see how this vehicle is able to accelerate. Does it still have that get up and go that Bentleys are known for? So the acceleration is definitely there. Is it the same as a V8? Of course not, right? This is a hybrid model, but it's definitely still a fast vehicle for sure. And now when you hear that combustion engine kick in, the car's been so quiet. When that combustion engine kicks in, it now seems rather loud, even though it's not. It's still a Bentley with all the insulation and the double pane glass to keep that exterior noise out. But this car definitely still has to get up and go in the hold mode. So we'll switch into hybrid mode now, which is both systems working in tandem. Yeah, this car still moves. And the brakes are still just as reliable and give you a sense of confidence as it would in the V8 and W12 model. So I am pleased with that. It's just amazing how these two worlds of hybrid and combustion have come together. 15 years ago, if you said hybrid anything to me, it would be an instant turn off. The handling is still there. I will say that the hybrid model loses the rear wheel steering that you get in the V8 and W12 models and the 48 volt active roll control system. That space is now taken up by the hybrid components of the vehicle. But you still get an excellent sense of handling. Bentley has truly focused on that, and a nice, supple, and soft ride. I will say that for sure. This is a hybrid Bentley that feels like a Bentley. I don't know what else to say. I still have all the excitement I get when behind the wheel of these cars as a hybrid model. And I think that was the mission that Bentley had to execute to perfection, and they did so. Now focusing on the back, you're still getting tons of leg room and the same amount of details that you would find in any other Bentley model. If you look at the seats, you'll notice you have the lofted diamond embroidery incorporated in the design of the front and rear seats there. Really love that. And they're just so soft and supple to the touch. I can't say that enough. This is an amazing vehicle to ride in. If you guys ever get the chance, I highly recommend you do so. So tons of legroom in the front and rear. It's still the same dimensions that you would get in the standard Flying Spur model. So the practicality is definitely there. So overall, the Flying Spur Hybrid is for someone who enjoys high-end luxury vehicles, but still wants a small carbon footprint. The V8 model, I would say, is more the driver's car because it gives you that nice sense of handling and it's extremely well balanced. And the W12 is also a driver's car, but you can also be chauffeured around in it. That's just my opinion. That W12 is silky smooth. But I think Bentley really knocked it out of the park with this hybrid vehicle because you're getting all the tech and luxury that you could ever want with efficiency that you couldn't get in Bentleys before. So This is the new world we're living in, and it's just going to get better and better from here on out. Like I said, by 2030, they're aiming on going full electric. So that's my thoughts on this 2022 Bentley Flying Spur Hybrid. You guys let me know what you think about this car in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this interesting spec. I think this is truly an eye catcher. Is the interior for me? I don't know. I would probably spec it differently, but I'm sure somebody's gonna like this unique interior. Like I said, these press vehicles get the craziest interiors ever. I would like to give Bentley Atlanta a special thanks for having me out to come test out the all-new Flying Spur Hybrid. If you're interested in a Bentley, please be sure to hit up my friend Greg Mabry at Bentley Atlanta. He will be happy to help you guys out. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.